Welcome to day level of competitive programming challenge. Yesterday we have solved one question and we have solved the other question partially. So today we'll be solving everything. Continue. Actually I have solved one question. Yesterday's partially solved question of the screen. So I'll be showing you what the change I have done. First we need to open our terminal and start our timer with 60 minutes. And next we need to open our term. The file name is recsti. Okay, we need to change it to the directory. Now we need to open the file here. The only change we done is, let's just, okay, here if n is we have added this line n plus plus, and actually I guess I didn't comment this chain. Yeah, modified so I'm just thinking to recollect how to see the modified, what are the things modified in the Git. Let's just search for that in Google quickly. How to check a modified file, how to check modifications in a file in Git, how to check changes in a file in Git. Yeah, Git. So the answer is git diff. So it shows all the changes in the whole repository. Okay, I will say git diff. Okay, or can we use another git diff? Okay, Autumn just created two, or we can say git diff and give that into a file named changes. Now open this file in the Autumn. Yeah, okay, now the changes are done. We have added these 4 lines and we have removed 3 lines, then we have added these 2 lines. Okay, let's just bring this into a Autumn changes dash and so that we'll have a new window here and we'll be having this thing here. So the changes I've done is, before we have not added before there was a different for loop. We are saying if it is not equal to 2, then we if not equal to 0, we will increase the count. Now I have removed this block and I have added few changes inside the if block. That is, if the frequency is not an even number, then we'll increase the frequency. Along with that, we'll increasing the n. We have increased the frequency. That means we have added an element into the array. So we are increasing the array size. It may sound, you may not understand what I'm speaking because you have not understood the question, which I have explained in the previous day, yesterday's video, that is day 10. So please do finish watching that video where I'll be explaining the question and what we have done before reaching this point, so you will understand. We are increasing the n. Next we were doing something like this. We were checking if it is less than 4, then we'll add to the count. If it is not, then if it is not 10, if the total number is not a multiple of 4, then we'll be adding the reminder to make it a multiple. So both the if loops are running. You can add like this also, you can do in this way, and it is greater than 4. In this way this loop runs, this loop doesn't run if n is some number less than 4. But I have decided to change into this thing where it looks much more. Actually, I'm thinking we can make it even more simpler just by saying if n is not divisible of 4. Single if statement instead of having if and else. So that's what we have done here. Basically, if the n is like for the test case 4, 4, 2, 2 and 6, 6, the answer should be 2, because you need 4 or 8 or 12 sides or sticks to create a rectangle, right? I mean, I'm saying, like, if it is like this, if the array is like this, you cannot construct 2 rectangles, because when you use this 4 sides, you will be left over with 2. So you need to add 2 more sticks of any numbers which are equal. So that's what we are doing to make it a multiple of 4. That's it. Let's save this and let's remove this. And thank you, Stack Overflow. And now we'll be just running it, compiling it and running it, and check whether our answer is correct or wrong. 3201, and let's copy all these things and let's just submit. Though it is solved, it says it's solved, I'm going to submit it one more time because I made a small change there, and it is also the proof to you all that this question is solved. Yeah, it's a correct answer. Now let's solve another question. Polygon relationship. Okay, let's make a file. Let's close this. Clear g++ polyrel.cpp. Okay, the file isn't created, sorry. Now we're gonna solve this question. You are given a strictly convex polygon with n vertices numbered 1 through n. For each valid I, vertices are xi, yy, you may perform the following operations any number of times including 0. Consider a parent polygon. Initially, this is the polygon you are given. Draw one of its child polygons, a simple non-degenerate polygon such that each of its sides is a chord of the parent polygon. It cannot be a side of the parent polygon. The operation cannot be performed if the parent polygon does not have any child polygons. The child polygon which you drew becomes the new parent polygon. Your goal is to draw as many sides of polygons in total as possible, including the polygon given at the start. Find this maximum total number of sides. The first line of, okay, this is the input. So here the input and this is the output. We need to just output the maximum. I'm guessing this will be a easy question, but there are a few terms like convex polygon, which I don't know what a convex polygon is. So let's search for convex polygon. It says a convex polygon is a closed shape when none of the vertices are pointed inwards. No, I guess I searched for this already. Now I remember, yeah. Yeah, convex concave polygons. And non-degenerate polygon, I'm guessing it's like a specific polygon, like square and rectangle and triangle are called degenerate and other polygons are called non-degenerate. I'm guessing so. That's two words there. I didn't understand. Now I got to understand what are they. And we all know a polygon is a closed figure from max classes from geometry. Okay, for now let's read our let's write our input. Let's read our input. For it we have no initialized snippets, right? So we're gonna write it all by ourselves. Int main, and I guess only int is integer type is enough to handle all these numbers. T minus minus, we're gonna call a solve function. Which we are creating right now, and we'll be reading a variable, and for those variables now what are we gonna do with the coordinates? Are these coordinates necessary for us or not? We need, like this say, let's just open this and let's draw lines. Like said, they're given 7-sided polygon, so 3 okay, it's a 6-sided. Now it is 7-sided. Okay, it is 5-sided now, sorry. Let's make it 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Now that is 7-sided, so he said we can draw 3 chords here, and it's a polygon now. So total 7 plus 3, now it's 10 sides. So we need to differentiate. Now we cannot draw a triangle like this because this will be the side of the parent polygon. We cannot draw a triangle like this also because this will be the side of the parent polygon. How do we solve this? What we are gonna do with the coordinates? You can join any two lines irrespective if the x-axis and y-axis are equal or wrong. Equal. So how are we going? Let me think. I'm thinking, is it somehow related to any mathematical formulas? I'm trying to recollect that the number of chords in a given polygon will be n by 2 and rounded off to nearest integer or nearest natural number. Like, let's open now let's check. Here you are having a, let's say, a square. Okay, chords are only possible to sides that are greater than 6, I guess, because if you take let's say this is a 6-sided figure, so here the chord is possible. So if we take a 5-sided polygon, let's imagine this is a pentagon. Okay, here also chord is possible, one chord. Now 5 flow divided by 2. Let's ask Python what is the answer. It says 2, so 2 chords are possible. Yeah, that's a chord, and this is also a chord. Okay, 3 chords are possible, and the 1 2 3 4. Since it's not a regular polygon, let's take a regular polygon. Okay, pentagon. I'm not a robot. Okay, this is the pentagon. Here also we can have 1 2 3 chords, right? For square we cannot have we have 1 2 chords, so 4 divided by 2 is 2, so 5 4 divided by 2 is 2. Or we need to do 5 plus 1 by 6. Like here there are 1 2 3 4. Yeah, but if you have, even though you have 2 chords or 3 chords, you cannot form a polygon inside it, because one of the sides will be child. So to form a polygon it should be like 3 more than 6 sides, because for 6 sides you can form a child polygon like this. Hope you are able to imagine the triangle right there. For this you can form something like this, write a triangle. For heptagon, which is a 7-sided figure, so and we need to also count the sides. So I am guessing there is nothing to do with the coordinates for this approach where we are using n by 2 formula. So let's just say a at the end, but we will be using n afterwards. So let's take a temporary variable. If you go on reducing n, by the n if you print n here, n value will be 0 because we just reduced the n. So let's just say t minus minus and take 2 variables and read those variables, and we are not gonna use them, they're gonna belong in this while loop. And we'll say we'll take a variable sum equal to 0, and a number is said to be a polygon if it is having greater than 2 sides. So let's just set 2 sides, and while n is greater than 0, if I'll just explain in a minute what I'm gonna do. If n is and if it is greater than 0, what we're gonna do, sorry, this while loop is not necessary. If it is n is greater than 2, if n is greater than 0, then we'll be adding that n value to the sum. If it is not, if that's not the case, then we'll just break. That means we have reached, and we'll divide n by 2. That's it, right? Is it necessary to have 2 while we'll just say while n is, the thing I'm trying to do is for every polygon there will be n by 2 chords. So if there are chords, so if you are having any like 3 chords for every given polygon, then we can create a new polygon. Let's like just like the matches and sticks, we can form the new polygon only if there are 3 sides, because a polygon is a closed figure. So by calculating number of chords we are getting, we can calculate the number of child polygons we're gonna create inside a parent polygon. That's what I'm thinking. So to implement that approach, I'm gonna say, I guess we do not have these two loops, if else. Here itself, in while itself, I'll use the condition. If the number is greater than 2, we'll just divide the number and we'll add those to the cots. We'll just add the n. Then we'll find the calculate the cots and we'll be adding it. So initially we'll be just adding the number of sides, given sides, parent sides polygon, that is 7, to sum. Next we'll divide 7 by 2, and dividing 7 by 2, let's ask Python the same question. 7 by 2 is 3.5, but since it's an integer, we'll only take the 3 value. So taking 3 value, since 3 is greater than 2, we'll add 3. 7 plus 3 is 10, and we'll divide 3 by 2, we'll get 1.5. So which is not greater than 2. That's it. See out, and we'll print the sum. Here I guess it's a pretty simple question, but they try to mislead us with by providing the coordinates also. But we are smart, so we have not done anything with the coordinates. Here the whole question revolves around the formula, that is polygon. The number of cots in a polygon will be n by 2. First of all, I have not submitted the question itself, and I'm pretty confident that it will be running properly. Let's just, okay, we are having few errors. It's not spaces, namespace std. Now let's compile. Yeah, now let's run. We got 4 and 10 answer. Yeah, it's working properly. Yes, we got the compilation error. 93 more problems to solve to get the silver badge. I guess we'll solve it pretty easily because we are doing it for 365 days. 10 days are done. By today we are able to solve 2 questions per day, and it's a correct answer also. Correct answer all. Now let's just close this. Yeah, so we are able to solve 2 questions a day. Let's just check how many questions we have solved. Let's just say CP and WC 27 questions for 10 days. We should have only solved 20 if we are solving 2 per day. Few days we solved 3, I guess. So that's it. Remaining 5 more questions. For today we have solved only 1 question and the other unfinished question that we have started yesterday, and we still have 36 minutes. I'm hoping I'll be solving this question. Let's say read the question. A bracket sequence S is called dense if one of the following is true. S is empty, S is equal to X where X is dense. You are given a bracket sequence S. What is the minimum number of brackets you must remove to make it dense? Okay, this is a bracket sequence. Remove the second and 7th bracket. Okay, seeing the brackets itself, I'm feeling like we gonna use the stack data structure here, because it's a direct application of stack where you are checking for the balanced brackets. anyways, we're gonna read the input test cases. We are given few brackets here. Removing the second and seventh bracket to obtain which is dense. Okay, the given bracket is sequence is already dense. Okay, we need to remove this bracket, this to make it dense, and we need to remove last two brackets to make it dense. It seems like an interesting question. Yeah, we are we know that to check whether the brackets are balanced, we use stack data structure here. So I'm thinking even here also there is the application of stack. Before that, let's just close this thing. Now it's a string, right? So let's take our string snippet and let's just write this as a instead of s1. Okay, first let's check the problem with the problem is here is every time we are if it is given in this way, we cannot set dense or not. Generally, we all know the application for finding the balance brackets, where if it is an opening bracket, we'll push into the stack. If it is a closed bracket, we'll remove the top element from the stack. Like if it is a closing element, we'll check the top of the stack. If it is the same element, then we'll remove both of them, I guess. If it is same kind, we'll remove it from the stack, from the opening bracket. So that's how we do it. But here we need to have all the opening and closing. First we need to have all the opening, then we need to have all the closing brackets, and the only brackets here we use the normal brackets itself. So I'm thinking like first you will be counting total starting brackets, and then we'll go for the iterating to in the string, and if there is any closing brackets before all the opening brackets are over, then we will remove it, then we'll add one to the answer. Okay, that's it. Next we'll go for the I am thinking that is the approach. So let's take a variable b equals to 0 for int I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay, we need to read the n also. So int n, cin n, reading the n, and in this we need to write if a of I equal to the opening bracket, then we will increase b. Now we'll iterate over the string if a of I. Okay, while reducing b itself, if we encounter while b is not equal to 0, let's do it this way. While b minus minus, if we encounter anything equal to closing brackets before finishing all the opening brackets, then we will increase our answer or count. Let's just say answer. So let's take a variable called answer. Okay, I guess that's it. Wow, it feels it's pretty easy. But here, let's say 1, 2, 3, there are 4 opening brackets. 1, 2, 3, we got 1 closing bracket, 1 closing bracket, 1 closing bracket. Before finishing all the opening brackets, so it's 3, and then we got opening bracket. Okay, here I'm okay, answer is increasing by 3. Finish need to get only 2 right. So let's iterate. Let's if we get a closing bracket for opening bracket, then we'll just not add it those two into the stack. We'll add the closing bracket into the stack. If next closing bracket into the stack, and if it's a closing, then we'll just find the dense by just pushing all the closing stack consecutive opening elements, I mean the consecutive opening brackets into the number, and then we'll just subtract this total size by those consecutive. Then we'll multiply it by 2, then we'll be subtracting, because we'll be having only half of them, right? Here it's like 10, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 into 2 minus 10 is 0. So for this third case, yes, we need to get 0, but we got 4. Because after opening, we got closed, opening, closed, opening, closed. So I need to think of a way where I can get both the opening and closed. I'm just thinking for a way. How can we have the question is pretty clear. If all openings and closings are like, can we sort it? If they sort the string, and we'll just compare the sorted string and not sorted thing. And the difference, if they both are not equal, then we'll just add 1. That's it, right? This is the given string. After sorting, we'll get something, a denser string. Then here it's open, but we need to get closed. So I'll just sort the string instead of doing all this. Sort. Of course, we need an answer variable and initialize it to 0. a comma a plus, and is that how you do sorting? Sorting string in C++. Okay, we can use sort string function or write our own code to sort the strings. See here, it is sort a string, and the library is case theory. Okay, it is using time complexity order of n log n. Since we are solving TLE questions, it's important to know the time complexity. So sort string a. Now the string is sorted. Now for int I equal to, okay, let's say string b equal to a, and can we do this? Let's just print a and b. Sort string was not declared in the scope. Okay, did I write the function name wrong? Okay, sort string is the function they created. I'm sorry, str begin to str end. That's how you do it. So sort, can I just say a dot begin to a dot end? I'm so sorry, I thought sort string itself is a function to sort. Now sorting, we got conversion from void. Okay, we need to non-scalar type. In function void solve, error, conversion from void to non-scalar type std string. So he says we need to have the reference only here. We need to have the reference. Okay, let's just say string b is equals to a, and now let's sort a dot begin and a dot end. After sorting, let's clear g++ dens.cpp. We are running it. Okay, we need to give one test case, which is one. Let's give my name, and the output is nothing. Why is it nothing? Okay, I'm so sorry. We need to give the number, and we need to give the size also, and now we need to give the string. Okay, this is the sorted string and this is my name. So let's just clear here. Now if you run, my point of saying is if you have 1 2 3 and this, okay, now 3 2 and this. So this is the sorted string. Every time it's not equal. Let's take our test case here. And I'm hoping that the brackets will be always thin. For every opening bracket there will be a closing bracket. So let's just take, I guess this should work. 1 8. We have this and this, closing bracket, opening, closing. See, this is the thing we need to reach. So every time these two are not equal, we'll add 1 to the answer. Now the answer is 1, and now the answer is 2, and here we are having 2. Yeah, that's what is happening here. So here A is sorted, B is not sorted. So for int I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, every time A is not equal to B, the answer will be incremented and will print the answer. Of course, we need to go to null after printing it. Now let's just compile. Copy paste. We got 2042, and we are also printing the brackets. Okay, this is the input. I thought we are printing it. Let's submit all this. We have solved this question without using stack. I thought they will be using stack somewhere, but it's really pretty easy, and the time complexity is n log, and because the time we took to sort is n log n, and this for loop is n, so total average time complexity will be n log n. And all the things are submitted except for 2 test cases. For 2 test cases we are failing. It's not TLE, it's just we are failing. What could be the 2 test cases? Let's take some test cases by ourselves. It's 1 and the size of the array is like 10. Okay, n should be only even, right? Oh, for only even numbers it is possible. Okay, a bracket sequence called dense. If one of the following is true, you are given what is the minimum number of brackets you must remove to make it dense. Okay, if n is odd, what about the situation if n is odd? N can be any number. So if n is odd, what are we gonna do? If n is not divisible by 2, then we'll just increase our answer. So for first test case and 7, I have 1 2 3 4. Okay, we are having 3 of this, and we'll have 3 of this, and we'll have this. The answer is 2. Why is it 2? Because twice they are not let's just compile. Okay, I'm just printing so that we can have visual proof. 1 7, 3 opening brackets, 3 closing brackets, 1 opening bracket. Why did we get zeros all the time? compile, run for one test case. It's 7, and we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, this is the sorted, this is the not sorted. These two are equal, okay, these 3 are equal, okay, these two are not equal, so 1 is added, these two are not equal, and these two are not equal. I guess to solve this problem we need to count the number of opening brackets, and those opening brackets should be an odd number. If it is not an odd number, then one of the opening brackets is missing. How can you say it's missing? Because we have 4 opening brackets and the size is 8. Okay, it can be an even number or odd number, it doesn't matter. But if we multiply it by 2 and if we don't reach to the n value, then that means I am thinking like way you will calculate whether the opening bracket is or the closing bracket is missing, then you will append that missing bracket to the given string, then you will check whether then you will sort it, then you will compare it with the dense string and not dense string, and then you will add. So I'm okay, so I want to write a line check because anywhere here they didn't say n will be even, right? So check missing function I'll be right, and then I'll pass a. X after reading the string, I'll be like, if n is not divided by 2, then I'll call this function. And I'll write the function here, void check missing, and it's a string a. Okay, we need to change it, right? So let's take the reference of the string. Now what are we gonna do here? We will just say we need to find out the missing character or missing string, missing bracket, right? Is it a closing bracket or an open bracket? We need to find it out. So we also need the size, I guess. After getting the size, we're having 10 more minutes to solve this. We can do this. So okay, we need to take a variable int for the opening bracket. For int I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and if of I is equal to opening bracket then I will increase my vow value. Now let's say there are 4 opening brackets and 3 closing brackets and size is 7. N is 7, so there are 4 opening brackets, and let's say reference of this number also, because we'll be increasing the n value, right? We got O as 4. If 2 times of opening bracket is greater than n okay, we'll also have closing brackets also, else closing bracket plus plus, and difference between them if O is greater than C, if O is greater than C, then we'll say O plus plus while O is greater than C, will increase the C value and will append appending to string C++. We can use a plus operator to just append or an append function. We can use an append, it will be appended. But you need to give the position also. String type starting index and string type starting number, size type start number, sorry, size of that string we need to be giving to append, or we can just use plus operator. So will be like a equal to a plus will be appending closing brackets, right? So it's just the closing brackets, and we'll have while C is greater than O, will increase O and A equal to A plus the closing bracket, and we need to increase N also because the size will be increased. That's it. Now this shouldn't affect our sample input and output because they are not using, because n is not odd, so that will not be called. Let's just say for one test case n is odd and it's like 1 2 3 4 brackets and 2 closing brackets and 3 closing brackets, so answer should be 1, but we got 0 because we didn't add anything. If we like 1 7 and 2 opening, 2 closing, 1 opening, and that's it, right? 3 4 5 and 1 more opening. No, answer is 4 because let's just print our different. Out of habit I'm entering the semicolon. Now let's just print our strings so that we can usually see what is making it to print 4. And we have used 4 of it, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6, size is 6. Okay, we need one more closing also. It is because all these numbers are coming because of the side key arrows, so don't mind them. We have 2 opening, 2 closing, we need one more closing. We'll check the still answer is 4 because okay, we have 4 opening, 4 closing. Here we need to, these two are not same. Okay, since the closing is missing, we just appended a closing. And these two are not same. These two are not same either. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what is making them come 4. So let's just check whether that is correct. Of course here it will be correct because it's not, we are not calling, sorry, doing the function because n is not all here. Summation is queued, run candle running test case 3, which is will pass automatically. We have seen it pass in before case, running test case 7. Now 9th test case is being run. Wrong answer. 8 and 9 we are getting wrong answer. So what is the point we are missing? Is that the point we are missing? We are considering where n is even, I mean odd. What is the point we are missing? We are comparing it. We are not getting TLE also. We are just getting wrong answer. Like what are we doing here? Let's just check our, I guess it's nothing to do with this. Let's just for a minute, let's hope. Okay, let's comment it. What if we need it? It will be a problem. We are reading all the input, then we are checking, just sorting it, like getting the output, and then just checking with the output or the input, and we'll be adding there. That's it. We have done still now. We still have 1 minute and 42 seconds. I'm just trying to think of those test cases which are being failed. What could be the test cases? For one test case, let's say the number is 12. Let's have some 7 opening. Let's say 6 opening. 6 closing tags, so the answer is 0 here. 1, 4, 1 opening. Here is also answer is 1. Okay. We actually gave 5 here. We are assuming that for every opening tag, there will be a closing tag. That's what we are assuming. So assuming that we have solved all these test cases, 7 test cases. Okay, these are the files we have created. Let's remove some unnecessary files. Yeah, timer has ended. Yeah, now we have 2 files. This is the question we solved today, which we have solved partial yesterday, and this question we have completely solved for today, and again this question we have partially solved it today. So please check out the previous video to understand how we have solved this question. That's it. That's it for today, and we'll solve today's question in the tomorrow's video.